Hello everyone, I'm thrilled to be here with you today in a new episode dedicated to all new Scrum professionals. In this episode, I would like to delve into the remarkable benefits of Scrum. So whether you are well versed in the Scrum practice or embarking on your journey into the world of agility, my aim is for this conversation to provide you with valuable insights into the essential prerequisites for prosperous Scrum adoption. By the end of this video, you will be equipped with valuable insights that might just solve some of the challenges you're facing with your. So let's dive right in. Scrum framework is not an approach for every single project. So the first thing you need to grasp is that Scrum is not one-size-fits-all solution. It's a framework that thrives in specific project environments. To make Scrum work, you should embark on projects where end users might not have a clear picture of what they want. This uncertainty can be a challenge, but it's also where Scrum shines. However, it is essential to learn how to elicit and express clients' needs effectively to initiate development. The trick here is that user requirements can be interpreted differently by various stakeholders. This interpretation gap can lead to confusion and misalignment. So the first prerequisite is to work on projects where end users may not know precisely what they want. Number 2, Scrum framework is not an approach if you have constant variable changing priorities. So in Scrum, change is welcome, but it should be rooted in new information rather than gut feelings. Constantly changing priorities can signal a deeper issue, possibly stemming from poor defined user stories. Low-quality user stories can yield unpredictable results, forcing stakeholders to refine their requirements continually. To improve your user stories, you can structure your definition of done and ensure your product owner has access to the right stakeholders with decision-making power. Additionally, you may encounter challenges with a lack of time for MVP, minimum viable product. Stakeholders might shift from one idea to another before a product reaches maturity. So to address this, you can experiment with longer sprints and create release plans to provide a roadmap for your product. So the second prerequisite is to be open to changes driven by new information, emphasizing evidence-based management. Next, you have access to cross-functional team, ideally 3 to 9 people. So cross-functional teams are the backbone of successful Scrum implementation. Ideally, consisting of 3 to 9 members, these teams can collaborate effectively. They are versatile, adaptable, and ideally located in the same place. Cross-functional teams can swiftly respond to changing needs and effectively handle ongoing support and maintenance. Each team member should possess multiple skills contributing to the team's flexibility. However, this doesn't mean that every member should excel in every skill. The key is to define team roles and responsibilities. Find a product owner responsible for maximizing product value, a Scrum Master who supports and nurtures the Scrum team, and developers who deliver potentially releasable increments at the end of each sprint. These roles and responsibilities empower the team to organize and manage their work. So the third prerequisite is assembling a cross-functional team with the right people in the right roles. Next, get buy-in from the stakeholders. Lastly, but perhaps most critically, secure buy-in from your stakeholders. Ensure they understand how Scrum can help create and sustain the product. Stakeholders play a pivotal role in providing consistent feedback and insights on the product increments delivered by the Scrum team. I would like to ensure that everything we discussed so far is fresh in your mind. So let's take a moment to recap, okay? Let's say that you are aware of the Scrum advantages. You want to deliver the product in short increments, delivered early, get feedback, inspect, and adapt as you go so you can improve. By delivering in short cycles or sprints, you are also managing risks very effectively and optimizing the value you create as Scrum team. In this video, I'm going to talk about 4 prerequisites conditions for Scrum to be successful. They may even cut to some challenges you are having with your team at the moment. Let's get started. Now, the first thing you need to know is that Scrum Framework is not an approach for every single project. It's only good for projects where the end users may not know exactly what they want. If this is the case, you have to know how to elicit the needs of your clients. You also need to know how to express these needs as a set of requirements to initiate development. But the problem here is that users' requirements can be interpreted in many different ways. What if the client interprets it one way and developer different way? It's hard to tell who is necessarily correct and what actually should be developed. So the first prerequisite is to work on a project where the end user may not know exactly what they want. Now let's move to another one. You have the constant variable changing priorities. And first of all, changes are welcome in the Scrum, but they should come from new information and not from a gut feeling of a stakeholder. However, sometimes constant changes can be a symptom of problem in the process. Badly written user stories, low-quality user stories allow a wide range of outcomes. An unexpected outcome forces stakeholders to refine what they actually wanted, sprint after sprint. So to improve your user stories, you can check your definition of ready. And also make sure to check whether your product owner has access to the right stakeholders and other people with decision-making power. Another problem could be no time for MVP. MVP stands for minimum viable product. In this case, stakeholders are jumping from idea to idea before the product could reach the MVP-like maturity. So what can you do here? You can try to have longer sprints and to use release plans. Laying out a release plan as a roadmap for your product is perfectly fine. So the second prerequisite is to accept changes based on the new information from the evidence-based management. Let's move to another one. Have access to the cross-functional team, ideally from 3 to 9 people, who can collaboratively work together at the same time, ideally co-located. So cross-functional teams are one of the key ingredients that help make Scrum teams successful and productive. Cross-functional teams have more flexibility, can reach faster to changing needs, can better handle ongoing support and maintenance. A cross-functional team has members with a variety of skills, but that does not mean that each member has all the skills. In reality, cross-functional teams not only mean that the team itself is cross-functional, but also that each team member can preferably play multiple roles as well. So you have to set team roles and responsibilities. So first you have to find a product owner who is responsible for maximizing the value of the product resulting from the work of the developers. You have to find a Scrum Master who is responsible to promote the support the Scrum team, and the Scrum Master is a servant leader for the Scrum team. The Scrum Master helps the Scrum team as well as the organization by wearing different hats. For example, facilitator, teacher, mentor, coach, etc. And you also have to find developers that consist of professionals who do the work of delivering a potentially releasable increment at the end of each sprint. The developers are structured and empowered by the organization to organize and manage their work. The third prerequisite is to find all those people. So if you cannot find them, you have to know that this is not about Scrum, it's about you. And last but not the least, get buy-in from stakeholders about how Scrum Framework helps in creating and sustaining the product. Another key role of stakeholders in Scrum is to provide consistent feedback and insight on the product increments created by the Scrum team. And that's it. If you got those ingredients, then you certainly have everything, at least at the starting point where you might want to try approach to the project using the Scrum Framework. In conclusion, Scrum can be a game changer for your project. It is essential to recognize its prerequisites for success. So you need a project environment where end users are uncertain about their requirements, a willingness to adapt to changes based on new information, a cross-functional team with the right rules, and the support of your stakeholders. If you have these ingredients in place, you are well on your way to successful Scrum journey. If you are completely new to Scrum and want to learn how to get started, don't worry, you are in the right place. Scrum is a powerful framework that can transform the way you work and deliver value. To kickstart your learning journey, I invite you to start learning Scrum for free by clicking on this link. Thank you for joining me in this episode, and I look forward to seeing you excel in your Scrum endeavors. If you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to share them.